which is really cool, fuzzy sharp. You can basically just compare strings, which is amazing, and it gives you a rating. It's like a ratio, so it's like a basic one, partial, which is like messed up, which this is really amazing. I really like it a lot. And it can find like strings and tell you what index they're at and the score and everything. It's really cool. Alright, so basically right now I'm just using, I think, regular ratio and an initial one. So let me see. Is it in here? It should be. Yeah, okay, so here, yeah, ratio is right here. I'm just using the ratio one, and then I did token initial is M ratio. So this one is really cool because like some of the games are like Counter-Strike, for example, isn't Counter-Strike. It's like CS2.exe. So in order to find that, you got to do fuzzy sharp, and then it can find all that stuff, which is awesome. I only just wrote StarCraft instead of StarCraft 2, and it found it, which is really cool. It found Call of Duty. I thought Call of Duty might have been like COD, COD MW or whatever, but it found Call of Duty with just the ratio, which is working. So anyways, this took me about an hour to do. I'll just show you a sample of it. So right now I'm running it, and so we're going to scan for games, and right now I'm in the Steam library because this is where Steam games are, which is in my D drive. So I'm going to do Steam library right now, and it found one game match, which is Counter-Strike 2, and I'll show you that it will work for these other games also. So okay, so this one found Call of Duty. It found two of them. I think that's because I put the initials there. I think it should only be doing Call of Duty Launcher. That's fine though, because if it's there, it's not going to make a big difference. It's not like finding... I'm telling you, it had 3,700 files. If it's only getting 2 out of those, that's doing a really good job. So we're going to now search for this one. Let's see what it brings up. I haven't actually done these ones. Oh, I guess this one might take a little longer just in the C drive. But you can see it's like making all the comparisons, and it should find StarCraft. I didn't think it took this long last time. 9, okay, oops. 9 matches. So StarCraft is there. That's not good because, yeah, so when I added the initials, look, it's finding CS. That's for Counter-Strike. Huh. AL, I wonder what that might be like Apex Legends. Yeah. So that's finding those. That's really interesting. I'll have to, well, let's see if I can find, okay, so here's the first prompt. So let's see if I can just prompt it to get rid of those. Okay, so I'll show you, it was working perfectly fine without, the initials, but it wasn't finding Counter-Strike, so I had to add the initials, but I could have just added CS2 and it was working, so maybe I'll just do that and get rid of the initials, because like popular games are probably, yeah, they're probably just easier to write this in, but I just wanted to see if I could do the fuzzy thing, but it's showing that it's kind of getting more complicated because now I'm going to have to write another script. I was just trying to do it to see if I could do it, and I guess I could. But yeah, like I said, it seems like it's finding way more than I need, because without the initials, it was only finding StarCraft 2, and it was finding just the right Call of Duty one. I'm kind of wondering why League of Legends isn't showing up anywhere. Let me see. So basically to find out where they are anyways, I was just using the browser. League of Legends. Okay, so let's see where this is going. Let's find out. So this is in Riot Games. So this is not even in, and it's probably, yeah, Riot Client. So it's not even gonna be. So League, yeah, League isn't even going to be League of Legends. It's going to be a Riot client. I guess some of these are clients, and I'll have to do like Epic as well. So let's do Riot client. I'll do services, but I don't think it needs to be in there. Let's make another one. Okay, I'll just leave that there for now. Okay, so let's stop this. And I'm going to take out the initials right now because I don't think we really need that. It's just making it worse. Oops. Alright. So let's search for this. Alright. Let's see if it finds... Oh yeah, well, it wasn't even searching the right thing. That's interesting. Anyways. Alright, so here's the C program again. We'll just find, hopefully, StarCraft. There we go. StarCraft 2 Epic Online Services. That's interesting. Oh, because client services. Okay. That's not a bad thing, I would say, because Epic is... Let's find Epic. Big question, is Epic Games Launcher that thing? I don't think I have any Epic games right now, but yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. So that is correct. So that's perfect. So program files in C. Let's go to the D drive. And look at how much faster it is actually. So Call of Duty Launcher. That's perfect. Let's go to Steam games. So Steam library. It's taking a while. Okay, but there it is, CS2, and that's with that. Let's go, and I took off the the initials. Okay, so now let's find Riot client here, Riot Games. Okay, League of Legends, there we go. League of Legends Riot client. Alright, so I guess I didn't need to add the client, but it's not a bad thing to have. Alright, cool. So that was like 5 minutes of testing. That's all it really takes. I'm not going to do the fuzzy thing because I think that this is doing good on its own and it doesn't really need to have the initials because popular games, if they want to add games, they can just send like an email button on the application. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is, let's see. We might have to edit this part out. Okay, just elevator music. Okay, so blah 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 blah. Da da da. Okay, next steps. Here we go. So the next steps. Hold on. Alright, so let's go process. Alright, so now that we have that, let's see what the next steps are. And that's 337. So, I should probably log this. I'm going to edit it. 337. Okay, so the next part after that is we're going to process. So we're going to have to now detect when a game is running. So I'm going to prompt ChatGPT now to let's go to the next step. So we're going to now detect, the application's going to detect when a game is running. Let's see if it even remembers what the next step is, because that was a lot of prompting in between to get the fuzzy working. I wouldn't even say a lot. It took me I think this whole thing so far took me 30 minutes and then maybe 45 minutes, because this is the first time I ever did this before. So I didn't know what fuzzy was. I had to read about it. I didn't know how to even set this whole thing up. But my prompt pretty much set everything in stone, and then it took me like another 15 minutes to prompt it to find out if I could do the initials, and I was just kind of jacking off at that point. I just wanted to see it for fun if I could do it. but like if I was working, I don't think that would be efficient. But it still was pretty efficient because this whole thing took about like an hour so far. Yeah, so I started like an hour ago, or maybe no, like an hour and a half ago. But then I like took a break, and then I started recording and started messing around with stuff. So yeah, all of this is probably taking an hour and a half since I sat down on my computer, um, give or take like 20 minutes. So yeah, let's see what the next thing is. Anyways, let's see if it knows. Okay. So let's see if it remembers. Create. Okay, did I say okay? Where's the next step? Alright, so next step, game monitoring. Yes, it does. Okay, so it wants me to set up a background loop for game processes. We're going to use a thread called system diagnostic process. Um, and we're going to establish a game monitor class to run a background loop, and we're going to check for listed game processes and track gameplay time in a dictionary or update the UI. That's kind of interesting to track gameplay in a dictionary, but okay. Let's see, I think updating the UI would just be like easier, but okay. That's just my intuition. I'm not a pro, guys, not a pro, but I have pro-like thoughts, so I know I'm on the right track here. Okay. So by storing each scan file's full path, alright, we're going to ensure precise detection of processes in the system, blah blah blah. So okay, so we're developing game monitor.cs, which will manage a direct dictionary. Okay, and it's using the background thread. Alright, great. So let's do it. So it's going to continuously check if a game is running from the list, only from the list that I chose, and it updates the cumulative playtime for the game. And optionally logs or displays the playtime so you can verify the tracking is working. Okay. So we're going to add a new class, finally, to services. Okay, and the class name is going to be called this, game monitor.cs. Oopsie. And I'm usually faster by typing, but I'm just kind of lazy right now, and my back is hurting, so I'm just copy pasting. I know a lot of people think sometimes like copy pasting is faster, but actually if you type 90 words per second, sometimes it's just faster. But I guess it requires more energy. Alright, so here we go, just copy paste, and that's not all about copying pasting, guys. Sometimes you actually have to debug, which is the fun part. So let's just do that. Okay, so now I like to like kind of go through this and like read it to like make sure I know what the hell is happening. So if you don't want to do that, you can fast forward, but I'm gonna go over all of it so I kind of get the gist of what's going on here. So let's see. First I like looking at ChatGPT to tell me if it has an explanation, and it does. So usually it's a bad one because there's a lot of stuff I don't understand in here, so I have to go back and maybe just ask some questions. So obviously this is the dictionary time span. Okay, that's interesting. Like I don't know like why. Like let's find out why this is like written like that. Like what is that? Oh, it's a string. Okay. Well, oh, so I guess you could have a time span in the dictionary. That's pretty interesting. Okay. So it's going to get the time span. It's going to set it privately so you can't mess around with it. And it's going to make a new. That's pretty cool, actually. I think I get that one. So dictionary game using the process name as a key. Okay. So it's making a read-only list. Got it. Alright, so let's just see what this is doing. I want to make sure I got that. And maybe Copilot can tell me? Yeah. Cool. Is that what's happening? Yeah, it looks like I'm right.